My psychologist advised me to quit my job. On top of that, I'm already thinking about it. So grab whatever creative thing you want to do and let's start this session of art and job where I'm going to be telling you a little bit of my life and drawing something in the background. So I had a therapy session a few days ago, and I've been thinking about quitting my job for the longer part of 3 months. I didn't do it 3 months ago, and I honestly didn't started looking for a new job 3 months ago because I recently changed of my position. I moved from being a copywriter to a project manager. It was a funny change, and I actually really like it more than being a copywriter. Not because I don't enjoy the creative part. Actually, it's because of the opposite. I love the creative part, but I don't like doing it for other people, for things that I don't really care about, or an industry that I don't really vibe with anymore. I told her that much, and also that the last week was hell, like so awful. You have no clue how much I struggled this week. Thanks God it ended, and hopefully the new week that starts tomorrow won't be as bad. But I pretty much had a fight with HR for pretty much the whole week. I was like 85% sure I was gonna be fired. And when I wasn't fired, I got so disappointed. I really, really wanted to be fired because if I get fired, like I get more money for being fired rather than quitting. Because if I quit, I'm pretty much saving them from paying me more stuff, which I wouldn't be surprised would be also one of the reasons they haven't fired me. Because I know they did that to a coworker, because they literally told me so. So yeah, that's fun. So I want to work. I want to find a new work, and I want one that it's actually aligned with the things that I want to do, or that it's totally mechanical, like a really, really mechanical work that won't require that much brain power. My girlfriend actually has one of those, and she is a little bit desperate because she says like, I'm not doing anything new, everything is the same all the time. And the reason I'm looking for something like that, it's because if every single day I'm doing the same thing and I can do it in autopilot, I can finish my work really quickly and then focus on my personal projects like this channel, which I really, really, really want to be my full-time job in this year. Last month, I wasn't able to upload 2 videos. I only was able to upload one long-form video, and my goal is to either publish 2 long-form videos or 4 short forms. This also led me to understand something, and is that if booktube exists, then outertube also exists. Outertube, I think will be the right pronunciation, I'm not sure. And here is the funny, wonderful, amazing thing, and is that I've been an idiot because I totally forgot that was even a possibility. And what I want to do now is change a little bit the way the channel is working. I've been really focused on the artistic part, like in the digital art, illustration kind of art, because those were like my biggest reference. I was thinking about Minimu, I was thinking about Kelsey Rodriguez and sketches of Shay and those kind of content creators that I wanted to be like. But I've been having a bit of trouble because I think that I want to focus more on the narrative aspect, on the writing aspect, and I totally forgot that videos about writing exist and there's a niche for that, and it's actually a very cool niche. I don't know why I forgot about it, probably because I haven't really been in outertube for a long time, and then out of nowhere a video popped up saying like, things you need to know before you start in outertube, and I was like, I've been an idiot. This actually aligns way more with what I want to do because I want to focus strongly on writing. I want to create a space where people can talk about their writing process, about what the specific story they're writing, and we can all work together to build something. Not necessarily like write together a book, but having someone to bounce ideas out of, it's so important, and it actually gives you so much. It helps you build a better story. It helps you build a better path for what you want to do. And that is something that's really, really good, really cool, and then I absolutely love. The few times I've had the opportunity to write with someone else, those honestly have been one of my best products yet. Like, I call them products, but there's a better word, but like my better scripts. I want this to be my full-time job, and I want to quit my current job because honestly, the ambient in the office, it's turning kind of aggressive. I am barely earning minimum wage, $50. I'm thinking like in dollars because I know it's like a more international way of counting it, but I think I'm barely $50 over the minimum wage. And that is not a lot, especially with how the economy has been lately. Which is fun, but I'm not gonna talk about politics and economics in here. So I have savings for at the very least 9 months to cover all my expenses. And I have an option that it's going to a call center, and they pay very well. Like, honestly, call centers pay very, very well here in Colombia. So I could always go back there. What my psychologist told me was, don't choose right now because you had a very intense week and you are high on emotions, on anger, on frustration, sadness, and like a lot of stuff. But don't dismiss those emotions. Think about it. They are telling you something, and if you've been thinking about leaving for a while, then leave. Take advantage of that and leave. And it's better for you to deal with your parents being mad at you for quitting than dealing with the office, because you are the one that's gonna be dealing with being in the office. And I've been thinking about it, like really, really thinking about it. And she is actually right. She has a very, very good point. I'm thinking if I quit, I'll probably quit February or March. I'm gonna give it like this month, February. I'm recording this the 1st of February 2026. I think I'm gonna give them this month to see how the general ambient of the office changes and see if it's worth to stay there. And if I decide that it is not, I'll be looking for a new job. Like right now, I'm gonna be looking for new jobs. I'm gonna be sending my CV to other people. I wanna try freelancing, probably freelance editing or something like that. I want something different. And I think it's very annoying to not know what I want to do. You know, there are a lot of stuff that I could do. I could freelance graphic design, like basic graphic design. I could freelance video editing. That one, it's one that I actually am very cold towards, because I think that with video editing, something that will be very, very cool is to be able to edit for other content creators and learn their ways, like talk to them, make contacts, and make friends, in this community that I want to be a part of. And then looking for medium-sized creators that could be interested in hiring an editor. Honestly, even if I just made like $100 out of, that would really be enough. That would really, really be enough for me to quit my job. Because my current salary, it's around $400 a month. And if I can get 100 with 2 videos, then like, you do the math, it's not that bad. Honestly, I will quit right away. Going back a little into the writing author to part, I am currently writing a fanfic called The Sound of Magic, and it's coming back in February. I've been writing stories since I've had the mind to, since I've been old enough to write, and even before that, I just used to. I remember that I had this diary where I will just like write symbols that I believe were similar to letters, pretend that I was writing something. I use it as a diary, and I remember that once I read it to my mother, And I was like, look, here says that Carolina, my cousin, did this thing and we went to this place and yada yada yada. And my mom was like smiling, but clearly it didn't say anything because they were just like scribbles. And that's something that's been with me pretty much as long as dance has been with me. And in general, art, I'm a very art connected person, kind of. I don't know if that's the correct way of saying, but art has always been an integral part of my life, and I want to keep it that way. I love writing with every inch of my soul. When I was younger, I wrote a full book and a half. I had a trilogy in mind, and I had like the structure of the three books, how it was gonna happen. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, honestly, the plot went nowhere. The characters were like very neat. But the things that I wrote, the stuff, I did wrote the stuff, and at least the first book, I wrote it, and it was like 130 pages in a Word document. I read it and I expected it to be perfect in the first try, and I erased it when it wasn't. I totally deleted that manuscript. Erased it from every place that I could think that it was there. I erased it, and that was years ago. I was like 12 at the time. And ever since, I've been obsessed with learning about writing. And my favorite subject in university were actually my script classes. And if you see the channel, I have had a very strong influence on writing stuff. And I've been giving tips about writing more than about art specifically. So I want to take that route. Authorship is something that I didn't really have in my radar until very recently. And I think it's something that actually really aligns with what I want to do with both my life and this channel, because I've been genuinely thinking about making like some sort of creative retreat with writers and illustrators and in general creatives. But in my mind, it was mainly writers. I realized that I actually like more talking about just storytelling, the narrative, writing mainly fantasy. And I am already currently writing fantasy fanfic. I am experimenting a lot with this particular story with The Sound of Magic. And what I want to do is turn that into like a very detailed outline kind of thing. Like, that will be my first draft. I have a vague idea of where I want the characters to go. I've been experimenting with character development, with mainly descriptions. Like, this fic has been so good for experimenting with descriptions, with how would someone hear this thing specifically. And I don't know if I'd said this before in the channel, but I have an awful sense of smell. So whenever I read anything that is like, oh, this smells like chocolate, like mint, like whatever, I have no fucking clue what it smells like, and I really struggle to understand what is a strong scent and a soft scent. In my mind, something smells stronger when it's closer to your nose, and it smells softer when it's further away from your nose. Not like, I don't know if a citrus smell, it's something that you will consider strong or soft or whatever other description people use for smells. I don't have any clue. So I wanted to do something that will challenge me in like from a description point of view, but that could usually be presented as a smell, but I wanted to do it as a sound. So I've been experimented a lot, and I think that has actually helped me a lot. You have no idea how much. With my descriptions, I also been experimented with character development, with I have like some almost philosophical thingies going on there, and I really like it. And I think it's a very good first draft of something that could eventually become an original story with pretty much the same base. But I know that once I finish this one and start writing the new one, it's gonna be a different story, one like that can stand on its own. So yeah, I'm gonna be going more into authortube, and the cool thing is that I believe that I have something that will make me different. I won't say better than other creators on authortube, and it's that I will be literally taking the format that I've been using all this time, that it's definitely more for the digital illustration part of YouTube, and putting it in the author part of YouTube. And that will make me a little bit different. I'm thinking about shooting more like stuff with my face on it, but right now I don't have the light to do that. I could do it and I could make like a mix of my drawings and stuff, and like I think I have like a very cool chance of doing something different, something unique that is not quite the comic niche, but it's close in the sense that the comic is illustrations and narrative. But I'm gonna be focusing more on the narrative part more than the illustration part. We'll see how it will change and affect, but I'm definitely focusing on writing, and that's a little bit of a change that I wanted to do with my channel. I like these sections, like art and job, and where I'm just like talking a little bit out of without any sort of script. It also helps me meet my goal of 2 videos a month, and ideally those videos are gonna be more about the craft of writing and or my creative process when it comes to writing, probably what I'm thinking about, particularly when writing The Sound of Magic or when creating a character or like that kind of stuff. um but yeah, also this unscripted stuff I think it's cool because it also allows me to connect with my audience and for you to get to know me a little bit better. So I hope you enjoy it. I've been talking for like 25 minutes. So, yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time. And if you like writing and stories, this is the right place for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.